My lukewarm take is that all of it is happening because you never punished the Confederate leaders appropriately. Like all of it, the white only town, MAGA as a whole, people caping for Hulk Hogan, telling you to forget that it happened a long time ago. His racism, the jeans, the neon streamer kid, people asking you to forget because he was only racist a few years ago. Screw the Breakfast Club. What else? The muscle building guy calling people colored. All of it is because you can trace it all back to not punishing the Confederate leaders appropriately. Because to simplify this for you and not make this video too long, I'm sure other people have touched on this, but the idea is that the pretext for the Civil War, right? It's not about racism. It's not about slavery. It's about a way of life, right? It's about economic decisions. But the subtext, what's right in there, we all know, is that whether you want to admit it or not, slavery is the way of life. Slavery requires racism. Slavery is part of your economy, right? So when you lose your war, that was in ways treason as well, and people don't punish you, not for the slavery, not for the racism, but punish you, you can't then associate, okay, the slavery and racism with why you were wrong. Subconsciously, you would have did it. Subconsciously, subconsciously, your children, your grandchildren would have made that association. So that's one. That's why it doesn't stand, as a telltale sign to not be racist. Secondly, it also contributes to racism just being a thing that you did. Like, oops, my bad. On some Britney Spears shit. Oops, I did it again. Because again, you got to think past surface level. On the surface, oops, I did a little treason. Oops, I waged war against the United States, right? But under that is, oh, my penchant for slavery, my racist ways led me to do that. So if you get punished for that, you don't see racism as a oops, right? And I know this is something that someone should deep dive on for an hour, but I'm telling you, because then you go from that, then you go to Reconstruction, then you go to Jim Crow, and then those people don't get punished, and then you go from there, then you get this era, right? And you don't have to look that far ago. Just go to 1940s, post-World War II Germany, right? The idea is Mustache Man was like, oh, there's economic reason and this and Germany in World War I, the Treaty of Versailles, but that's the pretext, right? I'll fix the country. The subtext is also like hatred for Jews, right? It's right there, hatred for Jewish people, right? And then what happens is post-war, those leaders they get punished, right? Nuremberg trials, some of them got away, right? Denazification of Germany. So you set that standard. So I'm not saying there is no anti-Semitism, right? But you set that expectation for the human mind. You set that expectation for the human mind. It's something you got to think about in Germany. This applies mostly to the United States, but I'm sure you could do this experiment elsewhere. All right, good talk.